Brandon, obviously you saw last year's team, you see this year's team. What are some of the biggest differences? Because it looks like, just from watching you guys stand up, there's a little bit more size here.
Yep, I think on our back end we're definitely bigger. I think that's something they wanted to address this summer was we want to be bigger and tougher, especially in our own zone with our defensemen, clearing guys out of the front of our net, and that's definitely something that's addressed. And then also the thing everyone's going to keep saying, and I'm sure every guy's said, is faster. We're a faster team, and which is huge on our ice. Our ice, we've got one of the biggest ice sheets in the league, and I think last year some teams came in here and their speed hurt us on our own ice, which we can't have. And this year we're definitely addressed that, so we're going to be bigger and faster. I think is going to be the two biggest things that you're going to see, which is obviously going to make for more exciting hockey also, and not us getting pushed around in our own rink, which obviously is disappointing to see, and that's what happened last year. And I think that was a big issue, and what fans definitely weren't happy about was we didn't play hard in our own rink, and that's rightfully they had that right to be upset, and that's something we definitely want to address this year.
Coach was talking about the offense, mentioned power play specifically. What are you guys doing to improve the point production and the scoring from last season to this year?
Well, right now it's still kind of early, so I don't think we've done too much to address, specific things to work on that yet. We're trying to see what guys can do in camp, but obviously with some of the signings, guys like Huiet, Tuzzolino on the back end, they're guys that have put up pretty good numbers on the power play from the point perspective, and then we've got some shifty, crafty forwards that should be able to put up good numbers also. So I think that once we start working on our power play, it's just going to be about knowing what our setup is right away, but then also having the ability to read the play and play. We've all played hockey, and guys that are on the power play at this level usually have been on it their whole life. So it's kind of just doing what and just having that confidence. And I think that's something that's definitely going to be instilled from Gary. Is he's going to have his systems, but also he wants you to be a hockey player, and he wants you to have confidence and play with confidence and not be scared to make mistakes and just battle. So I think that's going to be a big difference on our power play this year.
Yeah, that rolls into my next question. Is Gary obviously learned a lot under Al. Got his teeth cut as a head coach last year down in Florida. What does he bring to the team? What are some of the changes? Maybe they're subtle, maybe they're big, that we're going to see this season with Gary in control.
Well, I think he's just so passionate. He gets excited. I think you can tell during his speech. He gets rambling and he gets excited about what he's saying, and he's definitely excited about the hockey and excited for his opportunity to show what he can do. He's just like the players here. He's looking to get to the next level. He's not satisfied staying in Fort Wayne. He loves it here, but his goal is to get to the AHL or the NHL also. So I think he's got a lot to prove, especially as a young coach coming in. There's some questions obviously people have, and I think he's ready to answer those questions and show that, hey, I may be young, I might not have the experience some other guys have, but I'm passionate, I'm going to bring hard work every day, and I'm going to get the best out of my players. And I think that he's showing that already early in camp, that guys, he's a guy you want to play for. He instills confidence in his players, he lets his players know what is expected of them, and I think that we're excited to see what he can do also, because he is so passionate about it, and he has that drive to show, like, hey, I'm not the wrong guy for the job, I can do a great job here, and I think he's going to.
Final question. Obviously last year you were kind of a new guy on campus, but after last season being named team MVP, what do you try to do as a leader this year coming in, knowing that people are going to be looking to you to be a leader of this team?
I think my thing is playing, leading by example. I'm a guy that, I try to play hard every night, on both sides of the puck. I think, I had a good year point-wise last year, but I do my best to play hard. And, obviously if I don't have the puck and we're in our defensive zone, I try to be a guy that's responsible there also. And, I'm a vocal guy, but not in terms of, being serious vocal in the locker room. I'm more of a guy that likes to be light, joke around a bit, but I think where my leadership comes in is more on the ice. I do feel like I do the right things and try to show guys like, hey, this is how we want to play, and I do that by showing it instead of just talking about it. So.